Hello beautiful people, I hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by here, and please don't forget to click on that red button down there to get subscribed to my channel. It's the same color as my lipstick and the same color as my top, so you really can't miss it. And go ahead and click on the notification bell too, so you can get notified as to when I upload new videos. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for your continued support. As you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what I do have on my phone, the apps I use on a regular basis. I'm just going to get straight to the video. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Might I just state that my phone is actually an iPhone 6s. Yes, it's quite old, but it still functions very well. For me, it's also got a 64GB internal storage, so that is enough space for my files. And if I do ever go over my storage limit, then I could of course transfer my files to an external drive. So with that being said, let's get on with what's on my phone. So upon looking at my lock screen, you will see that I do have a live moving image. Every time I press on the screen, there's always movement. I find it pretty relaxing and soothing, and so I chose it because it's of milk and honey, and it's just really interesting to look at for me. Going on to my home page, the background is of the Eiffel Tower, which is in Paris, France. I used to live in Paris for a couple of years. I made so many beautiful memories there, met great people, and it's just like an amazing city to live in. So the very first app that I will be talking to you about is Mobile VoIP, which is voice over the internet proxy. This is an app I've been using for a very long time now, let's say about 5 years, and I find it pretty useful every time I travel. So if for any reason I haven't got access to a landline or a mobile phone with an active SIM in that country, I could always use this app, given the fact that I do have internet connection and I could call anywhere else in the world. Most landlines are usually free because I've tried calling the UK with it, in Germany and in France, and I do get free calls to landlines, but to mobile phones you're charged, but they're quite cheap as well. Might I just say that this company did not sponsor this video at all. It's just an app that I've been using for a very long time now, and I find them very useful. So we will be going on to my driving folder. This is a folder that I created last year. I initially thought I will be doing my driving theory in the UK, and so I downloaded this app, and for some reason I had to relocate to Germany, so there was no reason for me to keep going back and forth to the UK wanting to do my driving theory there or my driving practical, and so I decided to download or purchase the Foreign Learning app, which cost me about 85 euros. I've actually done my theory test now, and this app was really good. If you guys would like me to talk to you about how to pass your theoretical exams in Germany, then I could of course do that for you. But this app right here was really practical, and it literally gave me all the questions, and most of the questions that came up in my theory exam were questions I'd already seen in this app. So yeah, there was no reason for me to go back to UK to do my driving theory, so I purchased this app, and so I have got both apps on my phone. And onto the next folder is my utilities folder. I do have the calendar, my clock, the weather forecast, the calculator, and the weather radar app, as well as the notes. So of course you guys know what a calendar is, the clock, and the Apple weather app. I do actually have two of these. I don't know why, but on this Apple weather app, I do have the cities I've lived in. So there's Wittenberg, Sheffield, Paris, Lagos, and Berlin. And you can see currently now that it's raining in Lagos. That's Lagos, Nigeria. And the weather forecast for all the other cities are pretty nice and pretty chilled out. But in Lagos it's going to be raining cat and dogs. I just really like the idea of knowing what's happening in every city I've lived in before. Then there's the weather radar. This literally gives me an idea of what the weather is like in Wittenberg, for example. It usually tells me when it's going to rain. If I go on to, if you would just bear with me a second, there's usually movement as to when it will rain in Wittenberg. So yeah, so pressing on this play button, it will tell me if it's going to rain in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So I find it quite interesting. I could always use this app to see when it's going to rain and when I've got to get home or when I've got to get to a certain place so I don't get wet or anything. So this is actually quite useful for me. I'm not going to talk to you about my notes because there's so many like things in there. So we're going to go onto my social platform where I do have WhatsApp. I do have a Snapchat account. I will leave my name on the screen. It's Tiwa T, so you can go follow me on there. I do have a Twitter account, which is Tiwa T. And just going onto my profile, you can see that I don't use it quite frequently. I do update my Twitter account when I can, especially when I do upload new videos, so you can follow me on here if you'd like. I will leave also the name of my account in the description box down below. So this is my Instagram account. This is what it looks like. I will leave my name on the screen as well as in the description box down below, so you could go follow me on there. And my YouTube account, of course, and there's FaceTime. I do also have a Depop account where I sell Ankara chokers. These are chokers that are made with African attire. So if you'd like to purchase any one of these, then I could of course send them to you. So I will leave my account also in the description box down below. And I do have messages, of course, then BBM, that's BlackBerry Messenger. I barely use that now. I do also have a Comaful account, which is an account that I created to write short stories. I've always been writing short stories since I can remember. My very first story was Case of an Already Defeated Woman. If you guys would like to read it, please go ahead on my account. I will leave the name of my account on the screen on here as well as in the description box. Then I wrote Life After Marriage, then a story called Saint or Sinner, then Apparent Disconnect, Lonely Heart Globetrotter, and another story called Without Us There Is No Them. And just recently, as of the 26th of August, I wrote The Dream, and it's basically when life deals with blurred lines, one can't decipher reality. I hope you guys will enjoy this story. Just go on there, let me know what you think about my stories, and go follow me on there. These are my WordPress account. Tiwa T channel is basically for my YouTube channel. Delicate Talks blog, a blog where I write about sensitive topics that people wouldn't usually want to discuss freely. I haven't actually uploaded on there recently, but I'm looking at updating quite regularly, so I'm up to date with everything. There's my finance folder and there's Lady Timer as well. I do actually have a folder for the news, which is BBC News, France 24 and Sky News. So I usually get updated as to what's going on around the world in English and in French. Photography, I do have my photos and my camera with my boomerang. So I use boomerang quite a lot. I will upload a boomerang video of what I did with it some weeks back. It was super interesting. I really liked it. And there's of course business. So this is to do with AdSense and YouTube Studio. I'm not going to be talking to you about this because it's private. And there's education here as well. I do have Babbel and Google Translate as well as Verbing Trainer. And of course I need this folder because I am currently learning German, and I'm going on to my travel folder. You can see that I've actually got a lot of stuff here in this folder. So I've got Maps, Scout, GPS, First Bus, Compass, Find iPhone, Uber, Google Maps, and RTP and City Mapper. When I'm out and about, and if I haven't got enough data, I use Scout GPS. This is an app that doesn't require you to have internet. It just uses your GPS connection, if I'm not mistaken. There's First Bus app as well. This is where I used to purchase my tickets. And Find My iPhone as well has been quite helpful, especially when I lost my phone, and Find My iPhone told me that it was in Algeria, and at that moment in time I was full on in Paris. And there's Uber as well. I will leave my Uber account. RTP, this is an app that I used whilst I was in Paris. So it gives you information about the buses, the trains, and the underground and whatnot. So going on to the next page, I do have an extras folder, folders I barely use. There's iMovie, Keynote, Pages, Watch, Numbers, Dropbox, Health, and my settings. I just put my settings in this folder because I do not really use it. Then there's iBooks, Stocks, Voice Memos, Wallet, Home, Travel, Truecaller, sorry. Then Tips. I usually use Wallet every time I'm traveling though, especially if I do have my pass or my travel pass on my phone, especially if I'm using a plane. There's photo and video. These are just like so many different apps that I'm still I'm experimenting. And there's Sketchbook that I downloaded on my computer. This actually helps me in editing my photos and pictures and whatnot. I usually use that quite a lot. Then my Drive, that's Google Drive. I barely use it these days, but I think I should make use of it because they do have free storage. I do have Spotify, Shazam, and my music. And yeah, video editor. If I happen to want to upload a video on Instagram, I usually use any of these apps here. And my reminder, I barely use my reminders because my calendar is there to always remind me as to when I've got to do certain things. And my editing apps on here, I barely use all of this. The ones I use quite often is Rookie Cam or Moldiv. Alright, and there's PicMix and Evernote. I think, yeah, there's some apps that I just actually need to delete. And what is a phone without apps for food? In this folder, food.com, I do have Jamie Oliver's recipes, then there's pasta recipe, there's food.com, and there's good food. So if for any reason I'm running out of ideas on what to cook, I could always get on this app to help me or give me an idea of what to do. And quite recently, PlantNet. I got introduced to this app not long because I'm usually super crazy about plants and their names, and if for any reason I can't find their names, I usually get stuck on internet trying to find out the name of a particular plant. But what this app actually does is you take a picture of the plants that you're wanting to know its name, and the app finds the name for you. And there's Light app. This is an app I'm still trying to figure out when it comes to editing pictures. On the bottom of the screen of my phone, you can see that I do have like phone calls, my Safari, my email, and this app that is called Drinking Water or something like that. It helps me gauge how much water I drink on a daily basis. So as you can see on my screen, I set myself a daily target of 3 liters per day. So of course, looking at that, I need to go drink me some more water. Yeah, that's about it really on my phone. I haven't got anything else. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. If you do have any questions, comments or opinions, or you'd like me to elaborate on some apps, please leave everything in the comments box and I will be happy to get back to you all. If you're yet to subscribe, please do so already, as well as click on the notification bell so you can get notified as to when I upload new videos. And in the meantime, I'm wishing you all a wonderful day. Bye!